Blake, we're back. And, some days are winners, some days are not winners. Uh,
Today was a winner.
Today was a winner. It's one of those movies that I know you're going to love, and I'll get through with this introduction here in a second. Hello, it's October, starring me and Blake. Today we're talking Day of the Dead from 1985. So, the one thing I've learned about George Romero is he believes when the ending comes, when the zombies take over, that there's not going to be anything left but strong women and dudes, either betas or psychopaths. There's no in between. You're either a woman man or you're just absolutely insane.
Or a man woman.
There'll be a lot of them running around whenever if it were to hit now. Blake, I'll let you start. I don't know what we talk about when it comes to this movie. The first thing I want to talk about is the very first 35 seconds of the movie. We meet the characters, and I remember watching this a long time ago. Shout out Darren, by the way. He wanted to be here with us for this movie. I had to explain to him that we're trying to get done with October. So me and Blake are doing literally 5-6 reviews a night so we can get it done. And when we want Darren and Frank on, we want it to be of quality and substance, not at 3 o'clock in the morning with me and you trying to speed read through Day of the Dead.
Shout out to my best friend Darren.
Now,
BFFF. So, Ronnie, I hated this movie growing up. There are some.
I got my question.
Yeah, go ahead. Ask it.
So they land the helicopter, right?
I guess.
First off, you see them in the helicopter, and the city looks deserted. And the first thing I'm thinking is, if we do the Walking Dead method, you can take over a block at a time and just expand outwards like they did. They land the helicopter, and this guy that's apparently the biggest woman in the movie, he's having some kind of nervous breakdown, but he also looks like one of the guys that was on Flight 93. He's screaming.
Yeah, his character name is
Hello. Edit.
It is.
No.
Okay.
He's going hello into the megaphone over and over like Jimmy Hart. All of a sudden you see zombies start trying to raise up behind a counter or whatever. Blake, first question, were these zombies asleep? What's going on? How long would they have sat there? Or do they have nocturnal periods?
I think they just became dormant because there was no action going on in Macho Man's hometown of Sarasota, Florida.
Next question. They all start walking out, and an alligator, even though it's a cool visual, an alligator comes out down the stairs with a bunch of these zombies. Question number 2, before I sneeze, wouldn't the alligator have eaten the zombies?
I'm sure if there was any carcasses laying around, and I'm sure that's why it's there too, by the way, is it smelt it and it came and got it. I can call friend of the show Nick Push right now, Ronnie, and confirm, because I did some oil field work in Florida, gators everywhere.
I know there's a driver's ed teacher one time that was letting obviously the student drive, and a gator crossed the road real quick, and they had that little bitty driver's ed car, and it just
So can you take yourself all the way back to when you first watched this, Ronnie? When it opens up in the helicopter, did you think this was a continuation of Dawn of the Dead? And you're like, wait a minute, that ain't Peter. That ain't Fran.
Well, here's what happened. I said, that's the wrong.
Yeah.
And something has happened because, yes, I thought it would have picked up. Right. See, that's the one thing that you either got to love or you got to hate about these Dead movies is you pick up with these guys flying off in the helicopter. If they were to pick up with the same people in the helicopter, that's wonderful because we get to follow those characters. But at the same time, everybody probably had the idea to get into a helicopter and get the heck away from there because you can't be driving around because they can overtake that. So seeing some new characters with the exact same idea who are actually going down the coastline to try to find people to bring back to their secret military bunker, even though I was disappointed, it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, so what I was saying earlier is I feel like you being the older, cooler brother, there are certain movies that I have to like because you love them so much. This was a movie that you really liked when I was younger, and I just never got it. And I don't know if it's because I was such a fan of Dawn of the Dead and that concept. I never really liked this movie. But I watched it today with fresh eyes as a 38-year-old. Birthday coming up. Subscribe and give me a present. Birthday week. Almost birthday month, Ronnie. I watched it with fresh eyes and I started going through some scenarios, like if this was my first time to watch it. So it opens up with a helicopter. I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be Peter and Fran? How long have they been traveling? Have they picked up more people? Is one of them supposed to be Peter? Is one of them supposed to be Fran? Did these people know Peter and Fran? And Peter and Fran got killed and now they have the chopper.
Zed's dead, baby.
Yeah, so many questions like of the scenario. My complaint when I was younger was nothing really happens in this movie. Like they stay underground the whole time, and they really don't have to deal with the zombies. They really don't have to deal with the outside threat of humans. But as I watched it today, I'm like, man, this is a really good story about being trapped and having nowhere to go and being stuck and pretty much slowly going insane.
All of them.
All of them. And knowing that if I stay down here, I die. If I go out there, I die. What do we do? This one has more character development, character stories than I think Dawn of the Dead does. Like I care more about some of these characters, heels and faces, than I do, the main 3 or 4 in Dawn of the Dead. Because it's pretty complex. Now, some of it is silly, but there's arguments about that with Dawn of the Dead too. Like I don't care nothing about Bub the zombie.
I mean, that whole plot point.
Yeah, I mean, which make fun of it as you will, but like that would happen in real life. Like we would be doing some dumb shit like that. Let's see if we could use them. That definitely would happen. But making him like making him the reason that Rhodes goes down at the end. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm actually going to give it another watch. The gore in this, which I know it's a zombie movie, it's really good. They don't use it much, but when they do, it's really good. When she daydreams about and he leans over the bed and his guts fall out, that is awesome. Also, Ronnie, I don't know if you know this, the young blonde soldier that has the beard, that's that's a young Greg Nicotero.
Who?
Greg Nicotero, the guy who does
Arrow. Who's that?
Walking Dead.
Oh,
yeah. But I know there's fan theories out there about Rhodes in this movie compared to Rhodes in Dawn of the Dead. Maybe it's connected, maybe it's not. I don't know.
It's not.
But I think this guy is a really good actor. Part of me through the first half was like overacting a bit, but then like when you factor in everything that they've been through and how long they've been down there, you're like, is this how he would be? Like super intense, insane, yelling at everybody constantly, not a calm thought ever. Surrounded by dumbasses.
Yeah, dumbest of the dumb.
So yeah, I really like Day of the Dead. Now, Dawn of the Dead's always going to be my favorite, but this movie was quite the surprise. Earlier in the month when I said, man, we don't have a lot of good movies left, and you go, yeah, we got Day of the Dead. I wasn't looking forward to this because I remember how much I hated it as a kid. This was really good.
Well, I think you brought up the best defense of this movie because unlike you, I had a rough time watching it this time. So
it's crazy.
I know. And it just could become I'm exhausted. Who knows? It's been a rough October.
You look tired.
I am tired. But here's the deal.
You should take a fall break.
Fall break as in the movie Fall Break?
I don't know.
When the leaves of summer turn red and gold and the football
this is from The Mutilator.
A hint of the cold time to get away. We'll pack the car with escape in mind, forgetting about classes, leaving books behind. Time to get away. Empty cottage sitting on the shore. Tourists all left about a month before, and we're gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good time.
We're gonna have a
Drinking and driving.
Fall break,
Fall break.
walking hand in hand in the moonlight.
Blake, let's talk about Fall Break for a second. So they go on Fall Break. I know you didn't review this movie with me, but at the very beginning of the movie, a little boy is messing with his father's guns, and it goes off and kills the mother in the other room. The dad comes in, sees it, goes after the kid to try to kill him, but the kid locks himself in the room. Then he goes over and hugs the dead wife. Cut to like 15 years later, and the kid that accidentally killed his mom, they're going on fall break to his dad's house. The dad's underneath the house, psychotic breakdown. He kills all the friends, tries to kill the son there at the very end. He's on the back of a car. They ran the back of the car into a brick wall. Boom, dead. Fall break. Spoiler alert. But back to Dawn of the Dead, Blake. You hit it best when you said that everybody is going insane. The main character of the movie, what's her name? It's going to be Sarah. Sarah shows us that she's on the verge of losing her mind at the very beginning of it when she's having a nightmare about all the zombies coming in. And you can sit there and you can say, okay, well, they've got the best place to hide. They've got a military bunker that the zombies could never get into. But when everybody in that military bunker is on their last ounce of sanity,
courage,
or last ounce of courage,
Can't be silent anymore. The silence has to stop today. We fight for freedom.
This is freedom.
Then it becomes worse in there than it is out there. You've got Colonel Rhodes, who's just you can look from the outside and say Colonel Rhodes is a jerk. He's a psycho. But the bottom line is, he's going crazy. He's paranoid. They've got this doctor that they call Frankenstein that's supposedly been working on these zombies, and they're putting all their faith into him finding some kind of cure. And then at the very end of the movie, you find out that all he's really doing is feeding the dead bodies to the zombie and trying to train them like dogs, which serves no purpose whatsoever. If I was Rhodes, I'd shot that dude in the head too. They beat Rhodes' guts at the end of it. The guy that looks like he was on Flight 93, he gets bit and they cut his arm off, Blake. That was kind of crazy because we don't see that later until Walking Dead. The paper that was in Tampa, Florida, or wherever it is, that blows up, it says The Dead Walk. That's the same font as The Walking Dead, it looked like. Just a lot of crazy stuff going on in this movie. At the end of it, Sarah gets in there with the guy that says, I just want to go to the Ida's mine. And they fly off. So, which is a great idea. Where's the ideal place to go to, Blake, in the event of a zombie apocalypse? You go to an island that's not inhabited by anybody, and you try to survive there. The only problem with that is in these Romero movies and some of these Italian zombie movies, they've shown that these zombies can, eat sharks and walk on the bottom of the ocean floor. So they can just come walking up out of the water like Zombie Lake.
It's funny because in Dawn of the Dead, Rhodes and the group he's with says they're going to an island.
Are you one of these truthers out there that think this is the same Rhodes?
I like to think that, yeah. Back to the character of Rhodes. We pick up on the day he takes command. They come back from their chopper run and see a freshly dug grave, and they're like, who's that? And I can't remember the name. Miller. What happened to Miller? Miller's gone. He was in charge. So Rhodes took over that day. So I think that adds to the fact of him kind of losing it. His superiors around him have all died in the last couple of weeks, months, a year, who knows. And
it's not like you can really trust those other soldiers either, because they'll kill you. They'll kill him in a heartbeat.
Right. So, the pressure of, having to keep everyone in line, it causes you to go crazy. It's a really good story, man. Some really good characters. Steele, I felt like they tried to copy the insane cop from Dawn of the Dead with the Puerto Ricans and
the big fat one.
Yeah.
And
they call this black guy they call him Flyboy.
Yeah. That's just anybody that flies.
Oh, okay. It's nothing to do with being black.
Well, I guess it could if you want to look at it that way. He's Fly Guy. I was pimp of the year.
Representing the Big Apple, Fly Guy.
Blake, I'm gonna go 7-8.
This is a solid 7-7.
Rhodes gets his guts beat. Bub. I mean, I hate it, Blake. I'm not going to be cheering for a zombie. I don't roll like that. I wish they'd just killed him right there, but he stays alive, right? Bub lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cro-Magnon. He looks like the guy Elaine dated that used to be fat, but now he's skinny. He's eating that spaghetti in the bed.
That's
Elaine.
him.
No, it's not.
Ronnie, it's him.
Is it really?
Yes.
No. Let me
I
look at this.
swear to God, it's him. Look it up. Pull it up right now.
Is that really him?
Yes. Of course it is.
Oh, I'm like an idiot then, don't I?
I mean, it's a good call.
Elaine, tell me about my date. About this date we're going to go on. Oh, my goodness, it's him. Blake.
I told you.
What
a call to say that's him.
Oh, I mean, it looked like him. So I don't know. He's always been ugly. Do you think they made it once they got to that island? I'm talking about survive. Not
the answer to both those is yes. You know, he talks to her. He has a pretty good speech to her earlier about you're wasting your time doing all this scientific research. There's some stuff that we're not supposed to figure out. And you know, you're supposed to just live your life and keep going forward, not just stay down here.
I bet you could go live on an island, couldn't you, with all this going on? Lady.
Yeah, I could do that without it going on. What a line. Of course I could. They landed right by the water, dude. Like that chopper's 10 feet from the waves. You've heard the tide carry it out.
Tsunami warning gonna take it out. Then if you get stuck there.
Already out there fishing, trying to get food. Yeah, we didn't think about that.
I would be like severely worried that I'm eating infected fish or whatever because there's so many dead people in the ocean and zombies in the ocean.
Well, I mean, it's like that now before zombies.
It's true.
There's so many dead people out there. But this was fun. Oh, and also Dr. Sarah, the main character, her dad was in the original Night of the Living Dead.
Paging Dr. Herman. Dr. Herman.
Where does this one rank in the Romero movies for you? Is it third?
For me, it's third.
Or is it second?
Oh, you think I think it's better than Night of the Living Dead? I don't. There's something special about Night of the Living Dead because they don't have that cussing in it.
That is special. You special.
It is in the comments. Who's your favorite?
Just created the meme.
It is in the comments. What's your favorite part of Day of the Dead? Tell us what we left out, which is everything. Oh, Blake, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man.